Hey friendo, Steve here. Welcome back to Coming Out Raw. Before I get started today, I wanted to say to anybody who I have spoiled Raw because you can't watch it till like the next day or later on or whatever, and you get your, my little thumbnails and the titles in your sub box. I apologize. I'm sorry. I've already started to delay my uploading of these Coming Out Raws until a little bit later, like after the West Coast broadcast as opposed to after the East Coast broadcast. But there might be spoilery things in the thumbnails in the future. That's just part of what this is like. That's part of the YouTube thing, is like if it's a live event and you try to get your reaction to it like as soon as possible up online, you're bound to have some stuff. So I'll try my best not to be spoilerish about it, but keep in mind that if you're like really hardcore, hey, I don't want to see anything from it, you might want to consider not subbing to the channel. I hate saying that. I hate losing anybody. But understand that, there's only so many things you can kind of do to avoid spoilers in your pictures, your thumbnails, and your titles and stuff like that. So I apologize if I've spoiled it for anybody. Get that out of the way. There you go. Deal with it as you will. You know what I mean? Let's see here. I got a haircut too. I'm sorry if that offends anybody. Dean Ambrose came out. So Triple H came out and started talking about like Roman Reigns or something. And then Dean Ambrose came out to start the show. And basically, they had a decent little back and forth. Dean said, let me get a shot at your world title. Now, it feels like, we're going to talk about this more in Going in Raw tomorrow, obviously. But it feels, they're really building up. It's amazing to me that they're going to have Roman Reigns win the title straight up at WrestleMania. Because they're really building up Dean Ambrose. Like when his music hit, the people went ape shit, and that doesn't happen with Roman Reigns, and it boggles my mind. I don't understand why. I get that Dean is like the kind of guy who doesn't need the belt necessarily to be over, but I don't get it. I don't know. Anyways, he said, and Triple H said, I'll give you my answer by the end of the show, but tonight you're gonna fight Alberto Del Rio, League of Nations, whatever. Let's see here. We had Becky Lynch take on Sasha Banks. The spirit of Dusty Rhodes is prevalent in the WWE these days, because in NXT you had the exact same ending that we saw here, where both competitors had ended up with their shoulders to the ground. This was for a number one contendership match. This was for a shot at WrestleMania, Charlotte's Divas Championship, and they both ended up like knocking each other out and like being on top of each other. Not as sexy as it sounds, but all four shoulders were down on the mat, and the ref said it's a draw. That's exactly the same thing they did in NXT, like twice now. The first time was via submission, Samoa Joe, Sami Zayn on Baron Corbin. The second time was all four shoulders on the ground. The spirit that Dusty Rhodes is alive. We got a Dusty finish once again. Here's my idea: nobody wins. We'll talk about that more tomorrow on Going in Raw. The Miz defeated Dolph Ziggler, kind of an upset kind of situation. The Miz has been running his mouth lately about WrestleMania, about how he main evented at one time. Dolph Ziggler said that was a long time ago, so you can't really talk that much. So Dolph Ziggler lost that one. Stephanie McMahon came out, cut a great little heel promo, said I'm your queen or something. Apparently at one point, I didn't notice this because I don't really pay attention, but apparently at one point the crowd started chanting either Randy Savage or Macho Man or something, of course alluding to the fact, not the fact, the rumor, the urban legend that her and Macho Man had a thing going on, and that's why Macho Man, it took him so long to get inducted into the Hall of Fame. I don't know if that's true or not. Nobody knows. Sheamus and Rusev defeated the Lucha Dragons. I think I kind of half paid attention to this match because it's Sheamus and Rusev, and I like the Lucha Dragons. I love the Lucha Dragons. They're fine. I think they're wasting them. They're wasting the U.S. title right now. It's kind of a shame. Ryback defeated Adam Rose. Again, I watched a bit of this match because I like Adam Rose. I like the Social Outcasts. I don't like Ryback. He won. Who cares? Chris Jericho and AJ Styles defeated the New Day. I think I fell asleep halfway through this match, which is nothing to say like the match was crap or anything. I was on the couch. I was very comfortable. I went for a run earlier today, and I was not exhausted, so I decided to take a nap. I didn't decide. My body decided. Anyways, New Day were entertaining to start this off, and then I'm sure it was a good match because they're all good competitors. The Undertaker issued, I'm literally reading the Raw results right now. The Undertaker issued a chilling message to Mr. McMahon. So Mr. McMahon comes out, Vince McMahon comes out, and he's like, you know, I'm going to unleash the destructive force of the Undertaker on my son Shane. And then Undertaker comes out and says, Vince, I'm Undertaker. I'm Undertaker, and what happens in that cell, the blood is not on my hands, it's on your hands. Meaning, Vince, you're doing this to your son, knowing full well that I'm going to whoop his ass big time, and I'm going to leave him laying in a puddle of blood. I don't know what's going to happen. I think it's still pretty crazy. And then Mr. McMahon said he's going to cut Shane out of his will. I don't really know what that's all about. Anyways, Bubba Ray Dudley defeated Jey Uso. I did not watch that match at all. I remember the Usos coming out, and that's it. I thought this was the Usos versus the Dudleys. I didn't realize this was a solo match. I don't remember what I did here. I honestly don't. I think I just left. Big Show defeated Intercontinental Champion Kevin Owens via countout. This better not be Kevin Owens versus Big Show at WrestleMania. That better not be what they're getting at. You know, the WrestleMania is not that far away. What are we in? End of February? They got a month. Kevin Owens needs an opponent, like a real opponent for WrestleMania. But Big Show and the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, have him winning again. He should win it every year because he's Andre the Giant's son, according to the WCW circa 1995. Naomi defeated Brie Bella. I like that they had another Divas match. That was cool. I actually really like Naomi. I think she's kind of overlooked in terms of like the female wrestlers right now. But I like her. I like everything about her. I like her packaging. I like she's decent in the ring. I like her. She's good. Anyway, she beat Brie Bella. Maybe this is going to be a little push for Naomi. You know, maybe just under the belt. She's going to get like a little push or something. I don't know. And then Dean Ambrose beat Alberto Del Rio via disqualification. I think because the League of Nations came in and started beating him up or something. And then Triple H comes out, lays into Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose gets back at him a little bit. Triple H pedigrees him, leaves. Ambrose gets back on the mic, all beat up and stuff. Said, hey, blah, blah, blah. Triple H comes back in, beats him up a little more. Think that was the end of the show? I think that's how the show ended. And then Colony came on. I'm still trying to figure out if Colony's worth watching because I don't know. It's kind of better. It's funny because I finally got used to Crisley coming on at the end of the show. And then, okay. And then they started doing Colony at the end of Raw. Crisley was actually starting to make me laugh. What are you going to do? Anyways, be sure to check out Going In Raw tomorrow. The next couple of weeks, we got some big things planned for Going In Raw. So be sure you guys are tuning in. Check that out. And we'll talk to you guys later. Be sure to sub the channel. I got big plans for this channel too. You just wait and see.